Hey, what's up, family? This is Big Judah coming to you guys again with a quick video. I know I didn't tell anybody that I was going to be doing this, but just a real quick video, kind of talking, expressing a couple thoughts, things that are going on. Hold on, real fast. Let me turn off this car. So yeah, um, as we're coming out with more of this information and more of these videos, you're gonna see how hey, shalom, brother, shalom, how the adversary is making these books and everything so difficult to come by. You know, it was amazing how, well, for a while, that book that I made the video on last night, volume 1, about the archaeology of the Book of Mormon, I said it wasn't, we couldn't even get the book. You couldn't find it anywhere. And then last night I saw that there was actually 4 available. And then by, pretty much early this morning, all the books were gone. You know, this should definitely be a big sign, because if all the stuff that we're saying is a bunch of garbage and it's not true, then why are all these books just disappearing? Why are all these books just flying off the shelves? You know, this information, these books, I mean, maybe a year ago when no one was talking about the Book of Mormon, these books were $10, $15, $20. But as soon as, the Most High opens that understanding, these books become priceless. And because it's amazing how you can still see it right now. Even they try to use a lot of our own people to sit there and talk about all these books, and well, it says the white man is this, and it says the black men, are cursed. Okay, well, let's look at it. Look at it. Listen to that. It says the black men are cursed, or people with black skin, I'm sorry, are cursed. Black men, black women, anybody with dark skin is cursed, and even anyone with white skin is blessed. Now, at this point, should you believe anything that you've been told? I wouldn't believe anything. I would pretty much go and study myself, read these things for myself if you can get a hold of them, but the fact that they're making it so difficult to get a hold of should pretty much validate a lot of the things that the Most High has given me to share with the nation. Volume 2 of the archaeology of of the Book of Mormon, they had like 6 books, and each of them was close to $1,000 each. $1,000 each. And it was crazy because when I got that book, I wasn't even looking for it. It's actually my wife was the one that found it and said, "Hey, I think maybe you should get this one. This one should be a good one." And we ended up bidding on it on eBay, and ended up winning the bid. But it was like we didn't spend that much money on the book, maybe $30 on the book, and I really didn't want to spend $30 on the book, but $30 or $40. And then you do a couple of videos, and you start to realize all this information that's in there, and then the price shoots up to over 1,000 if you can even find the book. Now that there alone should let you know. All these people keep saying, "Hey, don't read any other books, don't look at anything else." That should be pretty much validation, because no one's going to go spend $1,000, $2,000 on a book that's a bunch of garbage. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think the vast majority of the people. I mean, now you're into conspiracy theories, like people are buying these books just to fake validation for this information, so that we'll continue down the wrong path. I mean, now it's pretty much to that point. If people aren't believing what's going on here, even the book about Columbus, hello, we always talk about firsthand accounts, and this is Columbus's firsthand account of why he was coming here to the Americas. And that book is now, it was over. There was only 2 books that I saw for a little while. There was no books there. Then there was none available. And then it was $1,000 for one, and like 25 to 27 or $3,000, for one of the other books. So right there alone, I said, should be letting you know that these things that we're telling you, these things the Most High is showing you, This is the truth. And people that are still stuck on one book. I said, you can get a Bible free of charge. People give away Bibles left and right. Right now they give away a lot of the, what is it, New Testament only Bibles and things like that. you know. But even, yeah, I see that right there. Some of the books I've ordered end up lost in the mail, right? Sometimes I'll order books and they'll deliver the wrong book, or if it shows, most of the time they show up, but once in a while, sometimes you get a wrong book or something like that. But that there alone should be cause for, a doubt for these people who are saying just read one book, because our history is hidden everywhere. Our history is, we were a nation of 12 tribes, not two. So over here in the Americas, you don't think that there's a whole lot of records that we have not seen yet. We're just barely scratching the surface. And, so this is just more proof, of the times that we're living in. This is more proof of what the Most High has in store for us. Our history is all over the place. The 10 tribes is everywhere. So I just received another book, and I'm going to be bringing out information from this book. And really, I lucked out because I only found one of these books on the internet when I purchased this one. And when I found this one, it was actually, they didn't have a picture of the book, but I just kind of looked in the description and it was describing the book that I was looking for. So I just took a chance, and I see it, and it showed up today. And I'm already reading, and the information is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. We're going to start looking into these things with the giants, because see, the thing is that they were real quick to give us all this information, in the early 1900s, when they were still in the height of their empire, and they were able to just pretty much put the truth out there in front of your face. And most of us, it just went over our heads, and that's exactly what's even going on even today. When you're looking at a lot of these shows, a lot of these movies, they're putting out our information, and our people are just not, they're not connecting the dots. I on the Instagram feed, I put up one of the cartoons. I guess it came out on Netflix that King Drop had put up, and I actually shared one of his posts, and it was talking about who can do magic. Only certain people that have magic already in them and have those powers already in them were the ones that can actually perform magic. And if the other ones had to use a primal stone or something of that matter. So it's just letting you know that the true people who have the power were the sons and daughters of the Most High. And, now we're waking up. It's not just about finding out who tribe you're from. We are much more than just that. The Most High is preparing us to become that nation that we were once before. And the thing is that as we are awakening, people are not supposed to be, the other nations are not supposed to be happy that we're awakening. That's talked about in Revelation chapter 11, how when we were at the bottom, when we were dead, when we were on the grounds, everyone around us was partying. Everyone was sending gifts back and forth. That's what it talks about in Revelation 11. And as we were at the bottom, they were partying it up, having a great day. Did it come back? Okay, am I back? I hope I'm back. Are we back? Are we back? Okay. I think it says we're back here. Okay. Can you just let me know if we're good? Yes, Stacy, you back? Okay. Thank you. All right. So, as we awaken, the whole world is not supposed to be happy. And it was crazy is that as we rise and we get our knowledge and understanding back, the vast majority of the world is like this. I don't see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And that's exactly what everybody is doing right now. All this information is coming out, and they're trying to hide everything, or ignoring all of the facts, ignoring all the truth that is coming out. you know, they're messing with the channel, they're messing with the views, they're messing with all that stuff, trying to make it sound like nobody's, make it seem like no one's paying attention, no one's looking. But we know better. We know better. You know, I said the proof is in, you know, the fact that these books are now, you know, $1,000 if you can even find them, $2,000 if you can even find them. If no one's paying attention, why are these books just disappearing so fast? Why is this? You know, you just never know who you're going to run into. You just, because now a lot of these people who used to come up with, you know, to come into our houses and knocking on our doors and, hey, can we talk to you about Jesus Christ? Hey, can we talk to you? You know, we're from the, you know, the Church of Latter-day Saints. Can we talk to you? Now they'll probably have a lot of pause now, because I'm sure they've run into quite a few Hebrews now that, yeah, I know your book, and I'll teach you out of your book too. I'll teach you out of this book. I can teach you out. I can teach about. You know, I can show you this book. I said, what other book, whatever books you guys want to go to, we can go there. Whatever history you want to talk about, we can go there. And they have no idea who they're going to run into anymore. I said, because now, you know, they used to come to our neighborhoods, right? That's where they remember now. You know, Jehovah's Witnesses, they would always be up in our neighborhoods. You know, Mormons always up in our neighborhoods. Christian churches all in all, every one of our corners, right? You know, and why is that? Because they're definitely trying to give us another alternative, because they know that we're spiritual people, you know. And now I don't see as many people in my neighborhoods anymore. I don't see as many people trying to, you know, even Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't even go door to door anymore. I was talking to one of the sisters about that, and you know, they set up their little display now and just sit there and hope that someone will come and talk to them. Because see, like I said, now they have no idea who they're going to run up on. Trust me, I've had a couple of these Mormons that came to my house a couple times, and once, you know, you start to actually break down the book, not only just the Bible, which is what I did before with them, but now you start going to the Book of Mormon, and you start breaking that down, and you start letting them know, hey, what about you know, the sealed Book of Mormon, and this other book, and how about these historical books? They're like, oh, okay, you know what, I gotta go. I got an appointment I didn't realize I had. I gotta go. Can I, you know, you're like, you sure you don't want to stay? No, I'm really busy, and then they never come back. They always say, I'm gonna come back another time. They don't come back, you know, and that's what it is, you know. I had a Jehovah's Witness came to my house years ago, and nice dude, you know. I was cordial with him, talked to him, whatever else. Started breaking down the Bible to him, and he was just dumbfounded. So then he went and got one of the elders, and you know, he came back with one of the elders from the church, and you know, from the Jehovah's Witnesses, from their hall, and dude ended up getting his feelings hurt. Because we talked about who were the people who actually are ordained to actually preach the Bible, and he wasn't one of them. And you know, when you start breaking it down to the scriptures, you could tell he got very uncomfortable. And not only did the elder never come back, the guy who I'd come to I spoke to a few times, he never came back. And pretty much when they would come in my neighborhood, they would come by and skip my house. I'd be out front talking or doing something, and they wouldn't even stop at my house. So I guess I must have had a do not talk to, you know, or whatever else, a mark on my house. So they were, you know, they wanted nothing to do with having a discussion. I was like, I thought y'all wanted to talk to everybody. I said, well, my bad. You guys like to talk to people who don't know anything. That's the ones that they go after, you know. I said, as soon as they realize that you actually know a little something, nah, they don't want to have a discussion anymore. They don't want to talk about anything anymore, you know. And once they realize that you actually know, you know, way more, they really don't want to talk to you anymore. Because then, you know, because sometimes they go around with their daughters and their sons, and you know, and all of a sudden, you know, they're in front of their kids and they're getting schooled in front of their own children, you know. But that's just the way this is supposed to be, because like it says in Revelation 11, when we were at the bottom, they were loving life. When we were at the bottom, we were dead. In Revelation 11, they were sending gifts. They're having a great time. And that's exactly, if you see it for $35 on eBay, you better go pick that up. If you find a book for $34 on eBay, I would definitely go pick that up. Has our oppression ended? Have we been restored back to our land yet? Have we been restored back? You know, we're getting there. We're getting our knowledge and understanding back. But the Most High has to prepare us. You know, we can't go from one day not knowing absolutely anything to the next day just being restored 100%. You know, this is a process. You know, I said it took us hundreds of years to get to the bottom, You know, how quickly we rise is up to the Most High. All we can do at this point is, you know, continue to read, study, be used to edify the brethren, um, and push this truth as much as we possibly can. You know, when the Most High calls you, you know, be ready to do the work, whatever the Most High wants you to do. You know, if that's in definitely supporting. I've been getting a lot of people emailing me and sending me a lot of books and a lot of information. And this one book that I actually got today, I'm going to be teaching out of pretty soon. Let me see if I can pull it up so you guys can take a look at it real quick here. Here. Let me see. My bad. Almost went the wrong side here. This one right here. The Geography of the Book of Mormon. Okay, you're going to be getting some mind-blowing stuff out of this book here in the near future. You know, so it's just we're here to learn. We're here to. Do you know the name of the last book on your last video? You know, I left a picture of it up there. I don't know right offhand right now. You know, but it's about the archaeology. It's book 1 of a volume of 3. But you know, it's just amazing how the Most High is bringing out information everywhere. Movies, books, TV shows, everywhere. You know, and like I said, it's just I'm just having a beautiful time learning, you know, and then sharing as much as I possibly can. As soon as I get some information, and the Most High gives me that information, gives me that connection, I try my best to bring it to the nation as you know, as best as I can, you know, as the Most High allows me to, you know. But as we are awakening, the rest of the nations aren't supposed to be happy. And see what happened in 1948. They made it sound like when these people went back to their lands, you know, the whole world was rejoicing. And in the scriptures, it pretty much talks about, you know, Revelation 11. Once we stand up, and once we awaken out of our, you know, pretty much our dead state, that the rest of the nations are going to be terrified. Let me read that just really quick, since I have it right here. Revelation 11:10 and 11. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these 2 prophets, the northern and southern kingdom, tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's exactly what's happening right now. We are living in that Revelation 11 right now. Because now that we are standing up, there is great fear falling on the nations. The nations are very fearful for what they're seeing right now. I said, because once we stand up, all bets are off. It's game over. And they know it. So all they can do to enjoy their last, you know, few days of fun and games and everything else is ignore what they're seeing happening over here. All they can do is ignore this truth. All they can do is ignore the fact that we're rising. All they can do is try to hide numbers and make it sound like, you know, this isn't really happening. No, people aren't really looking. No, people aren't really paying attention. That's all they can do. So I understand that. So I'm not trying to, you know, I'm like, hey, if that's what they want to do in order to, you know, to enjoy their last few days, so be it. I said, we're only here for the ones that the Most High has chosen to awake. The ones that have remained asleep, those aren't our brethren anyways. We're not here for them anyways. You know, I said, we're here for the ones that the Most High is now choosing to awaken at this time. You know, and I said, and he's awakening a lot of people, you know, and this is the amazing thing, because this is the true awakening, because the true awakening is not supposed to be fun and games and happy and for everybody else. For the ones who are awakening, it's a beautiful thing. For the Gentiles who have been, you know, chosen to cleave, you know, to us, it's a beautiful thing for them too. But for the vast majority of the people that have been left in the same, you know, place that they've been this whole time, it's not for them. So there's no need to try to pound it down their, you know, their throats, You know, how many years have we talked to these people about Christmas and they don't give a rip? How many years have we talked to people about, hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be eating that, you shouldn't be doing this? And what do? Just eat in front of your face. Just continue to do the stuff in front of you just to antagonize you, right? So I was like, hey, you know what? You know, someone was asking me today. She said, "Merry Christmas." I said, "Yeah, I don't do that." And then she just deer in headlights. They don't know where to go from that, you know. But do I just break it down? Hey, you shouldn't be doing it either. You know, that's that. You know, the Most High is gonna kill. You know what? If that's your lot, hey, go do you. You know, I'm only for here for the ones that have, you know, that have been hearing this truth, and now they're like, I'm gonna take a look at this. I want to find out why I shouldn't. Why are these guys saying they don't do Christmas? Why are they saying they don't? Those are the ones that have questions, the ones that don't just follow blindly. The vast majority of this world follows everything blindly. They're just like those people in Revelation 11. They've been enjoying life. They think this life is going to go on forever. They are not concerned with their soul and if they're doing things right or how to please the Most High. That's not what they're concerned with. They're concerned with, you know, where am I going to go for Christmas Eve? Hey, who's going to bring the, you know, the potato salad for, you know, Thanksgiving? I mean, for Christmas Eve. You know, that's, you know, that's where the vast majority of this world is into right now. You know, they're not into, hey, I need to get this book. Hey, I need to find out this information. Hey, I need to connect this book with this book. That's nowhere near these people's minds right now. You know, that we do have some brethren, you know, like I said, that are still trying to push that one book only doctrine. You know, they're stuck on Empire Strikes Back. They're not, you know, they're not gonna look at anything else. Not gonna look at Star Wars. Not gonna look at Return of the Jedi. But they're gonna tell you, you know, what happens in Return of the Jedi without even looking at the movie. You know, I said that was all the Most High. I said to put that all that together. You know, and I said it makes perfect sense. You know, I said because at this point, if all you want to do is Empire Strikes Back, you know, go do you. I still haven't seen a video from absolutely anyone that proves we can only use 66 books. I haven't seen one person pull out a video, you know, that proves, you know, 80 books only. I haven't found anybody that says has made a video that says the Most High only approved these books and you can't look at anything else. You know. So, like I said, if that's where people are and that's where people want to stay, so be it. You know, we're as a nation, we're coming together now as a nation, and we're bringing a lot of this information together. And now the Most High is bringing people into our paths. I'm sure that you guys is happening to you as well. How the Most High is bringing people into your paths for you to talk to, the ones that He wants you to administer to. The Most High is using all of us now to do His will. You know, I said so. It's not just it's all of us now. We're been awakened. We're giving information and knowledge to the ones that need it. We're being used all over the place. We're being used worldwide, and it's an absolute beautiful thing. You know, yes. Why would millions of years be in just one book exactly, or thousands of years all be in one book? I mean, it's very simple now to see how the Bible pretty much ends everything at 70 AD, around there. And then after that, you're left guessing. If you know, so and when we first awakened, that was all we needed, because we only can chunk information. When you're learning information, you can't eat it all at once. You can't eat the cake all at once. You have to chunk. You have to take little pieces. You know, that's how we learned. You know, when you started first grade, they didn't give you a trigonometry book. You know, no, that wasn't how it worked. You know, you got to learn to get your number sense. You know, you got to get your, you know, your little addition facts, subtraction facts, multiplication facts, division facts. It's all in order. Same thing with this truth. You know, we had to go through Bible, you know, through churches growing up, or, you know, religious organizations growing up, so that later on the Most High can then open up your eyes to the Bible and you get that understanding, you know, and then get you into some other books, and then gives you that book of more, teach you how to put all of this information, you know, all together. like now, like I said, the Bible and the Book of Mormon work seamlessly together. And, I said, because you can read the Bible and get to where the Southern Kingdom has been dispersed. And then the sequel, the next part of the movie is now going to the 10 tribes and how they went off and how the Most High brought, the people from, the Europeans over, and now the story continues. Because now, because the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom had to be oppressed together. So as they get oppressed together, that's all part of fulfilling the prophecy in Jeremiah 50:33. I said, so, I mean, it's a beautiful thing how it's all working together, how the Most High is bringing all this information together. And, and the Most High is using who he wants to use. And like I said, I'm coming into contact with many people, and I like that. You didn't get a trilogy in kindergarten. That's it. I said, when I first started out, I barely learned how to read the Bible again. I said, I was like a kindergartner. I had to learn everything all over again. Even though I read it many times, I didn't understand it, until the Most High, opened my eyes to understand that. And then once it was time to get past that point, it was time to get to, to the next step, and I'm sure the vast majority of the people, what I see is a lot of commonality in the way that we've been awakened. Many of us go through things with our families as we awaken, and how they don't they don't listen to us, and they don't, they think that we're crazy. But we've always had these feelings our entire lives. That's exactly how, it happens for a lot of us. Many of us have had the same awakening. We've awakened the same way. And it's just amazing because I know that our many people in our nation now are being used mightily. Being used, I said, the Most High is putting people. I'll talk to people, and they'll talk about how, someone will be put in their path, and the way that they're put in their path is a miracle. And pretty much, when you're in the truth, you have to pretty much look at anyone that's put in your path at this point is put in your path by the Most High. Somehow you're gonna bless that person with some knowledge and understanding. My person was brought to you to give them some knowledge and understanding, because really you're probably one of the only people that person will ever be able to get the light from. And when you understand that, and you understand how, you've been blessed with all this knowledge and understanding, now it's time to take that information and use it and apply it. It's not good enough just to get this information and then just hoard it for yourself. The Most High will then put people in your path that you're supposed to minister to, that you're supposed to share with. And the Most High will give you the words to say when it's time. I said, so many times, I'll do notes, for videos. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes, the Spirit will just say, just put the stuff together and I'll give you the words. When I talk to people, it's like, when in my path, I'll sometimes think a certain thing. If they mention this, then I'll know that you want me to talk to them, and it'll happen. That person will mention something, and then it's like, okay, well, Most High, you must have want me to, to break it down for them. So let's go to work. So sometimes, you just kind of talk to Most High and ask him, what is it you want me to do? What is it, that you have, you want me to do with this information? Because it's not good enough just to know the stuff and then that's it. It's amazing how the Most High is using many of us. And I know everyone knows it. I say everybody sees it. Everybody sees it, how our nation, I said, we're becoming a nation that is now being used, and people are being used probably not necessarily in a positive way for these other nations now. I said, because there are tens of thousands of us now. There are tens of thousands of us that are getting this knowledge and understanding. So when people now are they're just asking questions, or they're trying to evangelize us, because that's what they always trying to evangelize our people. Now, when they try to evangelize us, they never know who they're going to run into now. And I love that. I love the fact that they're a little uncomfortable when they kind of talk to you, because they just never know who they're talking to anymore. Before, they would come to you, and they would pretty much in a position of authority. They would talk to you like they're the authoritative position. And as soon as you kind of break that barrier down real quick, then they usually don't know how to respond because they're so used to us just kowtowing down and listening to everything they have to say and just saying, yeah, okay, sounds good. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're white. You got it. Okay, you're a Gentile. Yeah, I don't know anything because I don't know, but you're telling me, so it must be true. Oh, Columbus discovered America. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, you said it. Oh, the Native Americans didn't know anything when they were just running around here. But oh, you said, oh, okay, that's true. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. No, there's no such thing as racism now because Obama was elected. So now there's no such thing as racism anymore. Okay, all right, yeah. So they've been able to just say whatever they want to say, and none of us had any critical thinking skills, as far as that was concerned. You know, I love the whole thing about I worked hard for everything that I have. No one gave me anything. I love it when they tell me that. I love it when they say stuff like that. I said, because they just walk right into, oh, you do know about the FHA program, right? You do know they didn't give, blacks and, people of color a chance to buy homes, right? And they give you that dumb look all the time. All the time. I said, you guys you're walking into all these things because apparently many of these people have not been, either they haven't been educated about how the society has been set up for them to excel, and that no, you did have help. Even when you don't think you've had any help, you've had help. So many people, I said, they just walk right into these kinds of things because of that pride. They got that pride because they really want to believe that they're self-made men or self-made women, and this society has been equal for all of us, and how we've all had the same, opportunities, and we just, as minorities, just have not taken advantage of these, these great opportunities that we all have access to. And then we start to break down actual history, and you start to break down, no, we haven't had the same opportunities. No, we haven't had the same opportunities that you've had. No, we haven't had the same education. Oh, and then, most of the books that you guys write are all a bunch of lies, and, and then you say other lies to keep us out of the books, and you got people who look like us that continue to push that lie. Like, oh yeah, the Book of Mormon, that's the white man's book. Oh, when the Bible's not, hasn't been told us that that's the white man's book our entire lives. I said, anything you say about the Book of Mormon, I could say about the Bible. Easily. And as you can tell, you want to tell which videos the adversaries don't like. Look at the ones that don't move. Like that one, that video right there has been stuck at, like, I don't know, 9.5, 9.6 for like days. You're trying to tell me nobody's looking at that video, about the Bible and the Book of Mormon, and however you do whatever you do to the Book of Mormon, as far as like whatever criteria you hold the Book of Mormon to, make sure you hold the Bible to the same criteria. So yeah, somehow that video is just not moving. It's just staying right there because nobody wants to look at it. It says those are the ones that really they don't want out because they don't move. So they're just hiding views, hiding anything. It just sits there at the same number all the time. That just shows you, where we're at. I said, so I just wanted to come real quick. I made that video last night. Had a little bit of time right now. You can see the sun's going down here in beautiful California, Southern California. And just kind of wanted to spend a little time with the family, and if the Most High is calling you, you'll know it. If the Most High is wanting to use you to go after someone and to give them the truth, you'll know it. The Most High will definitely let you know that He's ready to use you. As you prepare by studying and reading and learning, I said the Most High is preparing you for a job, and all of us have our callings. All of us have work to do for the Most High. And that's exactly what He's doing, is by preparing us to be used, to do His will. But I'm gonna stop it right there, family. And I definitely be looking for some more videos. I know that they're not notifying people when I upload videos a lot of times, or when I have a call to prayer. Some people were telling me that they weren't getting the notification till like the next day and things like that. I said, but these actions should definitely be showing you where we are. Dude, I mean, like, really, like, who am I? There's plenty of other people who have much bigger YouTube channels that are, I said, that are doing, doing their thing. I said, YouTube don't mess with them. There are plenty of other dudes that read books, but the books don't just fly off the shelves, or or just disappear. So they said the Most High is proving, who he's using. He's proving, um, that he has a plan here. And he's proven how we as a nation are now coming together and working together. And now that we are coming together as a nation, that we can't be stopped. I said, because the Most High is in this. The Most High is in this movement. The Most High is waking us up as a people, and He's bringing us together as a people. And I love to see how our people are coming together and working together here. You know, um, so let's just keep working together. Let's keep rising together. And I want to say all praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom, family.